This is Dan Starkey, alias Commander Strex. Please watch the hashtag show or prepare to be obliterated, human scum!
Oh my god, hey!
We're live from Gallifrey on
Yes!
Sunday after taking last week off.
Yes, woo! And we are energized and ready to give you what you deserve, which is a good show.
We hope so, because this episode doesn't rank too highly on my list of all-time favorite Doctor Who episodes, and we're talking about 4 Aliens of London, number 4.
Woo! Boy, oh boy. It's an episode that sometimes when I do think about, like, the first season, I kind of always end up skipping. I'm like, oh yeah, that did happen.
But see, I really
Fighting
like...
aliens.
I really like... It's the Slitheen, right? It's the aliens... Is that what they're called?
Are they the Slitheen or the fighting ones?
Yeah, the Slitheen. And they're really cute. Mm-hmm. But as they're humans, they just fart a lot. And it's kind of like a really kind of cheap joke where you're like, man, fart jokes in the early aughts.
Yeah.
This is the episode that, 4 episodes.
So this is where you want to hinge your intro with?
This is the humor that we're going with. But they're so cute. Like, they have the giant eyes.
To me, that's
they're not
nightmare
cute.
fuel. That face is still just scary to me. Those eyes are too large.
And they have, like,
and
sloth hands.
Don't touch me. Oh, no, it's so
And they,
nasty.
like, live in your body. Yeah, I guess they're a little bit scary.
Yeah.
I still think
and
they're
somehow
cute.
they fit inside of that body.
But they
have
don't
a
really. That's
compression
why
kind
they
of
have to
system.
fart, because
Yes,
they have
exactly.
to, like, they're
the
being
gas
compressed.
exchange. Something has to be done concerning the gas exchange.
Yes.
That's what she said.
Yeah.
And I was like, I agree with her because.
But I like how they all laugh about it too, because in real life you'd be like, "What? I'm so sorry, I did it."
They were just like, I'm shaking my booty. That's what's happening.
It's so weird because, like, when they're in that conference room, this episode is weird. It's a weird episode. I like the aliens. I thought it's super fun. They're very memorable for me, but watching it back,
I gotta say though, I loved Rose's mom.
Jackie.
I love
Jackie.
Jackie. No, Jackie was just a mess for this episode. She was pissed. She was upset.
Her daughter
one.
was gone. So the whole thing
A
is,
year!
that the Doctor is not the most accurate when it comes to, like, TARDIS landing, about time, and where he wants to go. So you've been gone for 12 hours. Not a big deal.
True.
And Rose finds out she has been gone for 12 months.
Yes.
That is a large amount of time to be missing.
Yeah, Doc, how did you not know? How did you not know? But he carried the
Shay,
one.
they are not creepy. They are so cute.
Nope. Shay, I agree with you. They definitely are creepy. Nightmare fuel,
Boom.
run for your life.
But yeah, so we have Jackie, and so Rose comes back.
Yes.
And she was like, "Hey, Mom, how's it going? I missed you." And it's like, "I thought you were dead."
Oh, you miss me. You've been gone.
For a year.
Yeah, it was horrible.
Yeah,
it was
and
horrible.
I don't know. It's one of those things where I feel like Rose, she does say she's sorry, and I do feel like she means it with her mom. She does kind of break down. She's like, "I'm really sorry. I didn't mean for you to worry about me." And I thought, she... back on the liking Rose, like, she had no control over when she was coming back. She was told the wrong information. She had no idea, and she does apologize to her mom, and she's very torn up about it. But when it comes to her boyfriend Mickey,
no. By this point, he even refers to the doctor. He's like, "Oh, so the doctor's your boyfriend?" And she goes, "No, I don't have a boyfriend." So they've already had some weird breakup, I guess, by then.
It is weird, but they were obviously together. The montage in the very first episode of this made it look like they had an established relationship.
Yes,
and
it did. I don't know, but somehow they were really not they're in some co-op kind of thing going on. I don't know.
But her apology to Mickey was lackluster, which makes me not like Rose as much. Like with the mom,
Yeah,
But he was like, "I've been called in to the police." And, like, I feel as a young black man...
Oh, it's not safe and not good.
He would have been in jail. Like, if this happened in America, poor Mickey would have been locked up and he would have been innocent.
Yeah.
But...
Well,
I can't say that definitively, but,
well,
probably... I don't want to get too political here.
Yeah,
but...
it's very true, as long as it's not Texas or Florida. So, what happened to Mickey, unfortunately, did suck, and it's all because of her, but ultimately because of the doctor. Because the doctor just, unfortunately, didn't carry the one, or whatever it was.
But still, Rose, where she was like, "I said I was sorry already." And he was like, "In my world, I've only been gone for you know,
Yeah,
a
I've
few
only been gone
hours.
for like 12 hours, and he's like, "Oh, really? Well, I've been gone. You've been gone for a year. The police took me in. I kind of like ruined my whole life and searched the doctor and everything online, worrying about you." But
And she's just like, I'm sorry, and she kind of like gets defensive about it, and it's like,
well, I already said it once.
yeah, like what do you want from me? And I don't like that either.
Sure, I
'cause-
didn't say it to you. It was to my mom. But whatever, you were like in the room or close to me.
And you know who the doctor is? You know, it's like weird timey-wimey stuff. Like, how do you not know this, Mickey?
Yeah.
And it made me
I
like
agree with
her less. Like, her reaction with Jackie made me like Rose. You know, I thought it was a good reaction. With Mickey, I was like, yo, girl, just cut him loose and, you know, go to the police station so they stop bringing poor Mickey in.
Right? Well, I mean, poor Mickey. Mickey is clearly a victim of the friend zone. And
But
he has
also,
no idea
the
about
mom, Jackie or Rose, didn't even bother to call Mickey. Because obviously, Jackie would have known that Mickey is going through this, like, kind of tumultuous time, this, like, horrible year of being accused of murder and being taken and, like, questioned repeatedly.
Mm-hmm.
And you would think Jackie would immediately call him and be like, hey,
God,
I want to let you know that Rose came back. You should come over. I think you have a lot to talk about.
Right.
But he just randomly comes over and it's like, what? How long have you been home and you didn't even bother to phone? You didn't bother to like tell me? And you too, Jackie?
Yeah, like why are both of you? Why is no one communicating to me? That's
I mean-
what the question you want to ask. But I don't know. It just
Mickey
it
is kind
did
of a
suck.
little bit of a wiener though, but still, I don't think he deserves that kind of treatment. I think he's a human being and he should be treated with some sort of respect, despite the fact that he's a coward.
So
As we see in the end of this episode, when the cops come, he just runs and hides behind some dumpsters, and I'm like, Mickey, dignity, man, have some dignity.
I don't disagree with him running when the police showed up. So,
Okay, I mean, yeah, and
perfectly
they have been
fine.
looking at him.
Exactly.
It does seem like
He's
a witch
already
hunt.
been arrested for like
For murder charges and being questioned
everything.
and-
So just when they're like, "Boo!" He's like, "Not again!" He just runs off.
Okay.
I got warrants, and he just goes. I'm not gonna.
You know,
hang
I
out.
can't lie. You know, I haven't been in this situation, but you explaining it does condone Mickey's action. I retract my earlier statement. Mickey is less of a coward. I would have done the same thing in his situation.
Jackie, once again, Jackie gets really heated and
Yeah.
tells the doctor, "Oh, you're a doctor. Doctor of what?" And he goes, "Oh yeah, well, you're a doctor. Stitch this up." And smack. She smacked him
Yeah.
right in the face.
And I
was
would
like,
too,
"Wow."
because he is an older gentleman
Yeah.
from just
How
his
old are you?
appearance.
50.
But also, he's 900 years old. I do think that this relationship is inappropriate because, let's be real, it is a relationship. There is some weird sexual tension that the
Oh my
writers
God!
are
No,
building.
there's sexual tension only in her head, and she
No,
is
but he
so-
plays around with it too. He like leads her on a wee bit. at
Example of
least.
the
Like
lead.
the holding hands. He says something. Oh, I gotta go back and I don't think I have it in my long list of
dang.
notes. But there are certain things where he says.
Like he
that-
just says particular things, and you're just
Yeah,
like,
I'm
"Wait a
like-
minute!" Like,
like,
"Oh, this is
Why
clearly
don't you
it."
nip that in the bud and be like, we are not having a relationship? This kind of like flirty where he's like, oh, do you like my outfit? And he's like, you look beautiful. Like in that one
Oh,
episode.
okay.
And like these kind of things, like, yeah,
Well,
that
no,
is an okay
you're-
response, but the way
Yeah.
he says it.
He didn't say
makes-
beautiful. I think he said stunning, and we
yeah,
all know
yeah.
when a man says stunning, he's like,
interested.
I'm stunned." It clearly means that
Yeah.
she's hot to him.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
And it's like
that's-
little
how
remarks
dare you.
like that throughout the episodes, and I'm like, this is weird. You're a 900-year-old man. She is a 19-year-old. She is a teenager. You are a dirty man.
Bad, dirty man.
I still like him,
900-year-old
but like
man.
I don't think it's appropriate. I think the writing for that is a little bit weird. But yeah, we find out he's 900 years old, and then Rose gives kind of a comment that I don't really
What? When
like,
she said-
where he was like, "You're so gay," when they're on the rooftop, and he was like, "Your mom slapped me," and she says,
"Oh
"You're
my
so
God,
gay."
that is true."
And I was like,
Ladies and gentlemen, once
What?
again, problematic Rose. Oh, jeez, Rose.
and
like,
it came out of
I
the blue,
just-
and it's something that like, okay, I grew up and we use that term
Yeah,
a lot,
yeah,
and it
yeah.
was something that was thrown around, but you. In this day and age, it's not an appropriate thing. You grow up, you learn that, like, hey, this actually is offensive to people.
Yeah.
So it's weird that even in the early aughts, that this still comes up.
Well,
Of,
yeah,
like,
where it's just like, they're able to just say
they just
it
throw it
and-
away, and like, I mean, it was slang of the time, and
True.
I
But I mean,
guess
you know,
that's
she's
what it
British.
is.
What if she meant it like in the pirate way? You know, like, "Oh, you know, you're so gay and fancy and free." You know what I mean? Who knows? You know, the British people, they're weird. They say things like,
All
you
right.
know, thou and dost whatever. You know, like that's all they speak in British.
You know, I'm not
It's a
informed
language.
enough, so I can't. I can't contradict you on that statement.
Like,
but
I mean,
hey, if MJ Spud, I know you live over there. You let us know.
That's true.
If you
that's
watch
true.
this episode.
'Cause I know, like sometimes I have to watch Doctor Who with subtitles because I can't get what they're saying when they're like, "Thou dost to protest," and I'm like, "What's going on?"
They're not
Doctor?
all Shakespeare.
No, that's what British sounds like to me in my head.
All right.
I don't know.
Super fancy and
All of
old
it does-
English.
It does.
Where you pronounce the K's in like
Somebody
knife and
says,
knee.
somebody says, "Yo, what's up?" And I'm like, it sounds to me like they're like, "Hello, governor." I don't know. What's going on
All right.
in my head. That's exactly what it is.
And also, Heal Life, what's up? I haven't seen you in the chat before, but hashtag Heal Life.
Oh, hey. Oh, Heal Life is
Edward
a
Sanchez is
great
also there.
great person to chit chat with.
Ooh.
Shout out to Shay, as well as Edward, Ryan, and Jay Sean Walker. We love the name, actually, Jay
Yeah,
Sean.
we were talking about your hit, your
hit
one
single. Yeah, we loved it.
Down.
The ones, trust me, I am down.
So I thought that was weird too, and like I really do want to love Rose going back into this because you all know my feelings about Rose.
Yes.
Did not like her, so going back, I'm trying to be a little more open-minded and a little more. But there's certain things like with Jackie, I'm like, all right, you know, I really do like her, but with Mickey, I'm like, man, and these comments, I'm like, what?
Yeah,
Wasn't it already by the time that this is coming out that language is dated? That it's
by
very-
then, yeah.
Right?
2005.
2005. I feel like by
2005.
then we've already had movements where it's like, hey,
Yeah,
you know,
hey, don't say that. Yeah, we have that whole ad campaign.
Yeah.
Where some girl says it in a like a clothing store, and then some celebrity walks over and says, "How would you like it if someone said, what's your name?" She's like, "Janice." "How would you like it if someone said, oh, that's so Janice."
yeah.
Ugh, that's the worst thing ever, Janice. Like, and she was like, "Oh, I'd be hurt." Well, that's how people feel when you say that. You know, like, yeah, we had the ad campaign by then. So, ooh, shame on you, Rose. Once again, we're taking a point off of the Rose scale.
I
for
don't know
that.
who Heal Life is. Really not know who I am? Wait, who are you? What's your real name? What's your address? Give me your credit card number and the 3 numbers on the back, too.
Wow.
We could be best friends.
For some reason, if you said that to me that way, I'd be like, okay. I would just hand it over. Like, you just give me your credit card and no 3 numbers on the back. Here you go. I would. You're scary. You're scary.
That is one of my favorite compliments.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That you're scary?
That I like inflict fear upon people because usually people are not scared of me. I feel like a doormat. People walk all over me. Someone are like, ooh, boo, and they're like scared. I don't know. It makes me feel
Ooh,
like
boo! I love it. You do that to anyone. See, that's why you
scary.
are the doctor. You do that when monsters come in, a Dalek shows up, you just ooh, boo, and he's like, oh, right away, or whatever. You know, just leave you alone. But so here, let's talk about our.
that did escalate fast. I'm
Yes,
sorry.
exactly.
Don't be intimidated.
Let's talk about our gaseous friends here.
Yes, our Slitheen that
Yes.
are on Earth, and they have this whole distraction of like, hey, people are starting to investigate our little hidey hole, so let's make a alien
Our what?
spaceship.
Whoa!
A hidey hole?
Would you watch the same show? Oh, wow, saying such words like that.
I don't know.
Right on television.
Wait,
Like,
what?
it
Is that a
shouldn't
bad
be.
word? Is
I
that
don't
a
know. I
bad
just
word?
wanted to say it like that. I just want to make you feel that way.
I feel bad. Oh,
It is their hidey hole.
Wait, Heal Life is to me?
Oh, it is. Oh, that makes sense. Yeah. Well, he has the Lord director. Okay.
Oh, it's so
okay.
small.
So
But the image is so small I can't see like your avatar.
that's what
Oh,
she said.
I do know who
literally.
you are, but still, give me your credit card number. The 3 numbers on the back. Even more so.
Even more so now. Oh no! But we have them. Of course, they crash land on Earth, or they made it look like a crash
And it was like a
landing.
pig head sewn onto the suit of a body, which is weird, but it was all meant to be a distraction. So
Yes.
the Slitheen can come out and start taking over human bodies,
Mm-hmm.
taking over the government, and for whatever nefarious purpose that we don't necessarily know yet. But, you know, it's fun.
Yeah.
They like to fart a lot.
Yeah, exactly,
And they
you know?
laugh about it, so they're relatable.
Oh, they are so human now. Like that. But that's exactly what happened. So they show up, they start farting, and they kill some guy and show us that they've been able to put on or wear skin. That was the whole purpose of killing them.
And it's so weird also that, like, okay, Prime Minister is missing, and they get, like,
Yes.
a guy that's in charge of sodas and candies or something, or, like, confectionaries or
Yeah.
whatever, and it's like, you're president? Is that... Okay, anyone that lives over in Britain, is that how it works? Because usually, like, over here in the States, we at least have the president and the vice president, like, I don't know, Congress, I don't know.
Secretary of State, treasurer,
And then
blah,
it goes
blah,
through, but it's
yada.
like, we don't have, like, the confectionery guy coming up and being like, I am now the ruler.
Hi, I run the kitchen. It's like, oh, whoa. I guess you're next in line. And the guy just runs in and takes it all over. I mean, that's how it works. I mean, look, if it was Morgan Freeman, no matter what his position, I would say, yes, you're the president now.
That's true. But I feel like a lot of, like, Colin Firth, too, if he just came up and he's kind of bumbling but still kind of good-looking and fun, I'd be like, all right.
All right, fine. So just what you're saying is as long as it's like Brad Pitt or something, you're good.
Yeah, I mean, Colin Firth is a little bit different.
I
have an affinity for him. Brad Pitt, I could care less about.
Well, okay, I get that. Colin Firth is an Audi.
Yeah.
So,
but yeah,
that pig body thing is still just so weird.
It is a weird thing, but the whole thing is a distraction, and we actually get introduced to the woman that is investigating this particular alien.
Yes. What's her name?
Dr. Sato Naoko Omori.
Yeah.
Just kidding. Is her...
Oh my God,
real
no,
name.
it is a real name.
Okay. Yeah, and then we eventually see her on Torchwood.
Yes, that's right.
Which is kind of interesting.
Pivotal role.
They kind of, I don't remember it as much, but they retcon like her doctor status or something, and she's like some kind of military.
She's undercover under Torchwood.
Under Torchwood, right there.
What does our producer say? But yeah, so she's undercover in Torchwood. Yeah, he will explain it. We have our gummy producer.
So they retconned it by having Tosh. Torchwood saw that and snuck her in as undercover. So.
I like it. It's better than mine.
He's
a British person.
Yes. You know what? You're insulting his... People are over here laughing in the studio audience, but you know what?
That's actually not my accent.
See?
That's not an accent. That's his real...
There you go.
Wait,
that's right. Because
shame.
mine is...
Shame,
Technically wasn't the accent I normally use. This is the more traditional accent.
See, my God, that's a good... He is...
Oh
God!
I wish this was on
mic right now. You guys missed probably the best British accent ever. Mine is not good, but we all know Elle's, of course, is the best.
I will do a British accent for the rest of the show, starting now.
Okay, here it goes.
But yeah, so we saw that doctor and in Torchwood, and we find out that her role is a retconned a little bit. But we do get to see her again, which is super fun. So I love how they introduce characters and they bring them back for like the spin-off series.
Yeah, which is one of the cool things that we get because it's become this shared universe, and with that we get people that intermingle and match and blah blah blah, but yet you're just like, hey, I remember, and it's always great for a callback.
Yeah, and
always.
like not only her, because like I recognize her from Torchwood, but our favorite one of my favorite, Harriet Jones.
Yes.
Harriet Jones, MP for Lydale North or something.
Yeah,
where she always
she
introduced
said something.
it's Harriet Jones, MP.
Sergeant, blah blah blah, whatever. She just flashes her badge. You're just like, oh, okay, yes, ma'am. Whatever. And she's been paying attention. She was unfortunately, trapped in the closet, and so she knew what was going on.
She sees the Slitheen.
Yes, it was. I'm sorry. I had to repeat it again. The mic didn't. She was trapped in the closet. I do have to pee though. So
this went weird. Let's not talk about R. Kelly on this show.
What?
We will not be addressing.
What are you talking about?
I mean,
I was just talking about a closet.
Harriet Jones is one of my favorite characters. Like, this is recurring in the Doctor Who series, and her character will actually grow as I'm trying to flee from this conversation that we kind of entered into.
Yes, but no, yeah, she's paying attention to what's going on, and she's pretty much the only person that really knows what's happening, and she's trying to get the message out to as many people as possible.
She really is, and she's incredibly resourceful, and she doesn't like being, pushed to the side, and she's very, savvy. She's like, I'm just gonna sneak in, and nobody pays attention to her.
Yeah, and that was
which is crazy.
That was a good thing.
Yeah,
it worked towards the benefit, so she can get further in and be able to, flash her badge and.
But sleuthing powers, and then also being able to stay fairly composed in order to tell somebody else, like, hey, doctor's coming, he knows what's up, I can't talk to him, you're the companion, let me spill the beans to you. And she does break down for a quick second, but I was like, wow, that composure of seeing aliens for the first time wearing human body skins, that's really traumatizing. So Harriet Jones, I love her. I love her a lot more than Rose. Wish she was a companion, but we get to see her a lot more in the future.
Yes, and every time we do see her, it's just there's more power, she becomes better, and she is definitely in as far as her job. She knows what she's doing.
Yes.
By the time we even see her even a little bit further. So it was like, and it's all based on her choices here that lets us know that she is deemed or ready to lead. And it's just good. It's good. I love that. She stood out.
And as this whole thing is going on, we have the aliens, and you were talking about, Jackie, and you're liking her in this episode.
Yeah.
But man, she betrays her daughter, who's in love with the doctor, and
Is it betrayal? She knows that we're having a problem with aliens, and she knows that the doctor is an alien. All she does is put those two together and say,
And Mickey
well, there's a
has
problem.
said that he has been responsible for a lot of deaths
That's
throughout
right.
history.
That's
You know,
right. So all
maybe
she's
I
going
do like
off of
Jackie
that.
in this episode.
Yes.
You're convincing me more and more that Jackie is not as annoying because, like, obviously, as a viewer, you always side with the protagonist, and you'll see that in, like, if you ever watch Breaking Bad and you're rooting for Walt, you're rooting for the evil person.
Yeah,
So,
well,
like, you know.
I mean, it's a victim of circumstance.
I don't know, but yeah, so this one, like, I really didn't like Jackie because I felt like she portrayed the doctor, but you're right. As a caring mother who doesn't know, her daughter has been gone for a year,
Yes.
this strange man, who is significantly older in just appearance, calls the police on poor
On the
doctor.
poor doctor. Now that's the part where you're just like, hey, put the phone down and call. You know, you're
Yeah, but
upset.
I'm just like, I guess it's true because she does try to talk to Rose, and Rose just brushes her off like, hey, no, I want to know, like, what's going on? Where have you been? Who is this guy? Why are you hanging out with him?
Yeah.
But I don't know.
It was not a good thing. But moving on from there, thinking about the episode, what was your biggest or best part of the episode? Maybe it stood out and it wasn't the best. Maybe it was the worst. I don't know.
I don't know. I think that we have, you know, our favorite character, Harriet, coming back. We have Unit mentioned. We have the Bad
Yes.
Wolf graffitied on there. I like these references that are leading up to future arcs and future episodes. I thought it was pretty good. How did you feel? And for you in the chat, let us know what you think about this episode. Give us your rating.
Yeah.
If you have them.
Go ahead and shout us out. Let us know your rating. We'll figure out what's going on there.
And how did
As
you
far
feel?
as me, definitely, I love the callbacks. Bad Wolf, the kid putting down on there,
Yes.
that was very important, and it becomes an iconic moment that
Yes.
we do carry on throughout almost all of Dr.
And
Who.
it's
We
like a
love it.
very visual mention of Bad Wolf. You
Oh,
heard it
yeah.
mentioned throughout the other episodes, but we
Yeah.
actually see it in big, bold letters on
Exactly.
the TARDIS. You can't ignore this one. So.
No, and it's great. And then to really think about it, the only reason we're even getting all these messages and all these hints is because she's sending a message and rippling back through time. And it's
Yes.
like that happens in 1 second, 1 millisecond. She does all of that.
Yes.
And it's like it all plays out very well. And what we're actually seeing is her understanding time. All these moments that we're seeing her do stuff is all to pay off ultimately about how she remembers and what she figures out in that 1 millisecond where she
Yes.
sends everything through time. There's so much being played at, and I love every bit of it. And building this character, even though she is flawed, she still becomes something that we definitely feel is redeemed in the end.
So what would you rate this episode?
Giving this episode right now, because as we talk about it gets better, it was going to be a real honest 1. So now it's getting a 2.5.
See, it's middle of the line, I think, because I like the aliens, even though you find them horrifying. I think they're cute.
9 years?
You know,
Uh-huh, go
I give it
ahead.
a 3. Until we see the wrap up one of how this. I'm intrigued by the aliens. I'm intrigued by a lot of these other characters coming in. I think
Yeah.
they're interesting, and I hope we find out more, and we will.
It's going to be war.
But we'll find out next week because this is a 2-parter episode.
Yes,
so
it is.
Tune in maybe next Sunday. We might all be at Gallifrey 1, which
Yeah, we
is
may
a
be.
Doctor Who convention here in the Los Angeles area. But look out for the posts. If you see the little post coming up, or if you click the little bell button to subscribe, you'll know if we're going to be here. But it's like a 50-50 at this point.
So definitely go ahead and click on that bell so this way you'll know exactly what is happening.
But also
we've given
click.
our scores.
Oh yeah.
We give our scores. We still
Yeah.
want to know everyone else's. Right now, we got Jody, and Jody's giving it a 2.5 out of 5.
Out of 1,000.
And Heal Life gives it a 3 out of 5. I'm not seeing too many. What does Shay give it?
Shay, what do you give it? A 3. Shay
A
gives it a 3.
Okay, cool.
Our little
cool.
audience participation.
Cool. I
What-
love that. I love that. Also, what else in the audience? JD, what do you give the episode?
3.
A
A 3.
3. Everyone seems
What
like
about
he's getting
Nagumi?
a consensus of it. Producer Nagumi. Now, see, this is where it gets interesting.
'Cause he's the one that
Because
knows
there's a
the
lot of
most.
reasons. Yeah, there's a lot of reasons why you can say yes, no, maybe so.
Yes.
Well, this is the first 2-parter of the new series,
It is.
so there is that. The Slitheen are a fan favorite villain.
Yes.
I do like the introduction of modern London. I really like Jackie, and I really liked all the family interactions. This one, I'm gonna give it a 3.5.
Ooh. That's nice.
Ooh.
You did win me over on
Good
Jackie
job.
because as
Yeah,
a mother,
see?
she is
See?
doing her duty. Still
All right.
Rose, like lukewarm on Rose. I will be
So-
lukewarm on Rose for the rest of her stay here. Let me tell
And
you.
Jody actually says no. He was questioning me concerning 2.5 out of what. So he actually gives it a 4. He loved it.
That's great.
So it's pulling up.
It's fun.
Pulling up, man. I'm sorry. My little score meant nothing compared to everyone else's that brought it up. So we get this episode ultimately to a 3.
Yeah, we gave it a
Right.
red line 3. I thought it was really good. I can't wait to see the conclusion, hopefully next week.
Ooh,
but until
it's gonna be
then,
good.
you got to click that like, share, subscribe, bell button, everything. Comment on here. And if you don't comment on here, comment on our Facebook group.
That's
THS
right. Yeah,
Hashtaggers.
THS Hashtaggers. Let us know what's going on, what you feel is interesting concerning anything within the Hooververse. or
Yes,
whatever.
and let us know if you're going to Gallifrey 1. Come say hi to us if we're going to be over there.
Yeah.
Badge. We'll
Yeah,
be
definitely.
hanging out. So until next week or the week after, bye.
Bye, guys.
Oh no, we gotta stay up to date with everything.
Everything trending in geek pop culture. It's like SNL.